same thing as far as like salon owners. Like we get into this repetitive nature of like, oh, this is just my job. And so it's really important to me to, even with salon owners, like, right, you are a stylist, you are a salon owner, that is the hat that you wear, but like, who are you? Mm-hmm. Like, I want to help you be the best version of you. Mm-hmm. All the other things come after, you know, and that it's so important to me to like see who someone is, because I hid for a long time of what was really going on in my world. And so I want people to see me, because I've tried the route of like Layne the teacher or Layne the mom or Layne the wife, and it was just never fulfilling. And then I finally was like, oh, like I have to stand on like my feet. Like it's mm-hmm. Layne mm-hmm. who happens to be a mom or who happens to be a wife. Mm-hmm. Like those are not my defining characteristics mm-hmm. at all. And so it's just important to me to try to reach as many people in that regard. And sometimes I have to create the space for that, mm-hmm. you know, depending on what's going on and stuff like that. And I would love to just honestly have all my time be dedicated to that. But it's just super important to me for people to be seen.
Yep. Totally. Well, and like in seeing you, mm-hmm. It's so cool to see how God has written your story, and mm-hmm. it makes me so excited for like what he does in the future too, because he's so beautiful and masterful at like being intentional. Like mm-hmm. you went to beauty school, mm-hmm. but you didn't do hair, right? Some might have thought like, well, what was the point, right? Mm-hmm. Then you went and you were a teacher. And then you're like, I'm not a school teacher, like this ain't my jam. And someone would have thought like, what was the point? But then now here you are, and you are in the beauty industry, mm-hmm. not doing hair,
yep.
but you are in the beauty industry and you are teaching people mm-hmm. and you're making impact. Mm-hmm. So there was a point.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's so cool to see like the journey and how intentional and present like God is with every single moment of your life and what he's doing. And I feel like a lot of people, they struggle with that. They're like, well, why, God? Like, why did you do this? Like, why have you, like, they feel forgotten, right? And it's like, that is when he's there the most.
Oh, absolutely. I do want to put this little caveat in there that for pretty much like 15 years of my adult life, my dad always would hold it against me that I didn't finish beauty school, that he paid for beauty school, and that I didn't finish. So over the last 3 years, I've just made it a point to let him know that beauty school was actually worth it, because I am where I am today, so he can no longer use that argument. But just putting it out there. But it's funny you say that, because I was literally driving here, and on my home screen of my phone is the verse of the day. And it's perfect timing. I can't even imagine. It says, you can make plans, but the Lord's purpose will prevail.
Ooh.
And I know, right?
Goosebumps.
It's always. And so I have grown up, I mean, I grew up in a church here locally, and I have always, like, I was at church every single weekend, like I did all that. And the moment that I started struggling in my life, I started to back away. Mm-hmm. I really did, because I couldn't understand what was happening. I knew what I had been told and what I had felt and what I had grown up knowing, but it was, I mean, the honest argument everybody has is like, when things start going wrong, we start blaming. And it's like, but if you're so big, like, how can you be letting this happen to me? And I started kind of distancing myself. And I just remember at one point in time that I was like, you know what? Like, if this is all that it's meant to be, I'm fine with it. Mm-hmm. That I'm fine with it. And so I had to go through this transition in my faith as well, because I thought I was so alone. Mm-hmm. And I was so close to him. It was like, there's no way my life would have been able to work out the way that it has if I didn't have my faith. Mm-hmm. Like, that is so important to me. And I met my husband during the pandemic, and he didn't have really any, it's not that he wasn't Christian, mm-hmm. but it was just never in his world. I'll just say that. It was just never, he was always kind of like intrigued by it, but he didn't really know like kind of where to start or anything like that. And I just kind of was like, this is me. Like if you want me, like this is a part of it. And so, you know, I would watch church, or I would sing, you know, worship songs. That's all I have in my car, playing in my car and everything like that. And he started to kind of like, it was like a little crack that just started widening up and everything. And about a year ago, my husband officially, you know, got saved, and we watch church together all the time. He is probably a better Christian than me on some days. But I mean, he's in his devotional every day and everything like that. And it's just been so impactful for me to be able to watch that. Like that, if nothing else were to ever happen in my world today, I know I've helped who needed to be helped. That is the ultimate, you know, goal, and just being able to bring people to God. And like I have always said this, like my purpose, the way that I share my faith is I want people to be like, oh my gosh, she's so happy. She has to have God on her side. Like I want that to be my identifying characteristic, not my title. Not, you know, that I am a wife or a mom or Texan or whatever it is, you know, fill in the blank. But like, I want it to be like people are like, oh my gosh, like something's different about her. And that has probably been the biggest mindset shift for me, is just leaning 1,000% into my faith. Like it's amazing. I
could not agree with you more.
Yeah.
I literally couldn't, because what I find in our industry is that people are they're seeking freedom. They like want to build up this business that they have freedom from and peace from. Like whether they're a stylist, whether they're a salon owner, they want that freedom. But there's no freedom like your faith.
Absolutely.
And sometimes, I don't know about you, but like, I know about you actually. People are chasing the wrong thing.
Yes.
And it's like, it's right there. It's free. And it's just waiting for you. And like just being in the peace and not being so overstimulated or feeling like someone's on your tail and like you gotta hurry and like produce and do and be. Like you already are.
Yeah.
Like if you you experience that for yourself, you realize like you are perfect exactly as you are, right? You are wonderfully made. Huh?
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me because once I really, faith is tricky. I'm not gonna lie. Like not for me and how I share it or anything like that, but you have to be very mindful. Just being that I do work with salon owners from all over. Yeah. And so I am always like, I don't ever shy away from it, but I maybe don't express it as much as I would in just a normal conversation with my girls who know me and everything like that. And it was so funny. I remember this moment, and I had been working with this salon owner, and she's amazing, absolutely wonderful, love her to death. But we were struggling. I'm not gonna lie. We were really, there was a lot that needed to happen in order to get to where she wanted to go, and she wanted freedom. And you know, it was really hard to pinpoint. She was a single mom at the time, and she just wanted to be with her kids. And she was unfortunately chained to the chair, and she just couldn't figure out how to make it happen. And ultimately she ended up having to cut the chain and pour into other people in order to make it happen. And I remember it was probably 6 months after our last like one-on-one conversation, and I got an Instagram DM and it said, I just want you to know I went to church this morning. And I was like, I didn't even know you were in church. Like, I didn't even know that was a possibility. But it was about creating that space for her to be able to figure that out. And I mean, she posts every Sunday. She's front row. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like, there's just these moments in life, you know, regardless of what your passions are, that you don't even see the picture. Like, that's a really big thing, is that I have to, I spend a lot of my time painting pictures for other people, because I listen to what it is that they are trying to accomplish and what it is that they want. And I have to show them that it is possible. That's the biggest mindset barrier, is that I can't. Like, but I can't do that, right? And so I spend so much of my time trying to create this image for them to see, like, no, this is actually possible. And that wasn't even in my image for her. Like, that was just, I wanted her to just be able to be a mom, and she took her kids on a vacation, and she was able to, like, stay with, she texted me, she's like, the salon didn't burn down. I was like, that's great. Like, what a celebration, you know? But I remember that moment, and I was like, okay, I see what you did here. Like, you know, like, I see these moments that I can't see them. Even though I'm painting pictures for everybody else, sometimes I don't see the picture, but I just lean in and I'm like, you know what, this is what's going to be.
Right.
And it happens.
Well, it's amazing because I've witnessed that shift too from somebody who, you know, I went through a season of holding back faith, and then now you can't get me to stop talking about my number one influencer, the Lord. Thank you. But it's so cool to see the freedom that turns on for people when they accept that it is not all on them. It's in God's hands, and we're just called to walk in faith and have trust that it's all going to work out. I was literally telling you last night, I'm like, I say it all the time, I don't know how, but I know who, right? And that's the thing, is like, just move obediently and have faith that it's going to work out. And it never makes sense why it does, but it's because it's not of our hands. It's of the Lord, like, paving the way, right?
Absolutely.
And like the peace of knowing, like, this isn't all on my shoulders. Like, I think that's the thing a lot of salon owners struggle with, is like, it's their name on the lease, their team's counting on them. Like, if the ball drops, it all lands on them, right? But like, realizing, like, no, you're not in that alone. Like, you have someone that's in your corner. He's bringing the right people who are meant to be alongside you in that. And if you need to create boundaries from those who are dimming that light or taking it away from you, like, you have to do that, but give them back to him, because they're not, no person is our responsibility to carry, because everybody is God's children. And so you have to realize they're not your responsibility. You got to give them back to him. And have faith and speak in obedience and move in obedience, because it is also a part of their testimony as much as it is yours.
Yes. And the thing is like, no one said that this is supposed to be easy. Like, it is hard work. Everybody does, for the most part, everybody does hard work, okay? But if you feel like you are consistently running into a brick wall, you should probably take a step back and figure out, like, maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. If it is unbelievably hard every single day, you should probably do a little self-reflection and figure out what it is that you're actually trying to accomplish. Because it should be hard because it's worth it, but it shouldn't be so hard that you are genuinely struggling on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Like, if that's the case, then you were trying to make your plan bigger than his plan. And I don't know if you know this, but it's never gonna work. Literally.
Totally.
It's never gonna work. Like, so I am actively in a season of doubt right now. My husband and I have been trying to expand our family, and it just hasn't happened. And so, you know, we've gone through all of the testing and all that just to kind of figure it out. And really, it's been a test of faith for sure. But we both have just leaned into, it's his timing, not ours. And it's honestly just like lifted, it doesn't take the urge away from wanting to have a child. That's not what I mean, but it's just taken this weight off, that we have avenues that we can go down, but it hasn't necessarily lined up with our lifestyle right now in order to fully commit to that. And it's because we do have a child right now that needs our attention. And so if we had gone with our vision of what it was going to look like, we wouldn't have been able to be as present with our daughter this last year when she really needed us the most. And so it just kind of like, almost just made our faith even stronger to go through that. And I mean, there are days that I'm like, why isn't it happening? You know, like, is it me? And everything. And those days, you know, my husband and also prayer just kind of picks me up and is like, you're doing the things you're supposed to be doing, and it will happen when the time is right. And, you know, and it may look different for us, whatever that is, but it's just that constant reminder that even though there is doubt out there, that I cannot let it consume me. Like, I have to keep living. I have a daughter here right now that needs my attention. I have a husband who needs a wife, you know, like, I have all of these things, and I can't just let it swallow me up and consume every avenue of my world, you know, and there's moments that it's hard, like, it is hard, but I'm never feeling like, oh my gosh, like, I'm doing everything wrong, because it's not my plan. It's his plan. And if it's meant to be, it will be. And whenever it's meant to be, it will be.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and the whole time listening to you, I'm like hearing this song, like, God is in this story.
Yeah.
And it's so true. Like, even in the hard times, even in the good times, he's woven into every single detail. And like, having faith in his timing, because when it does happen, you're going to be able to look at that baby and be like, I understand why now. And I couldn't imagine it looking any different, or the time of happening in any other time, right? And it's so beautiful that you don't miss the beauty of the moments right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a quote that you told me at one point in time, and I'm going to try, I know I'm going to misquote it, so you're going to have to kind of redirect me a little bit, but it was talking about focusing so much on something else that you are not able to see, like, genuinely what's right in front of me. And so it's just so like, I take that, you know, we have our weekly chats of encouragement and everything like that. And so I'm saying, you got to surround yourself by people that genuinely want you to succeed. But it's really important to me. I don't want to miss anything because I'm looking too far ahead. Having goals, focusing on the future, pouring into others, that's all wonderful, but like, my life is happening and I want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what you said earlier, as far as like happening to you or for you. Like, I want to be in it. Like, I want to live it. I want to experience it, the good and the bad. Like, and my daughter will tell you this. I literally tell her, regardless of everything in my life that I've been through, I do not regret a single moment of it. Do I wish things had turned out differently in some situations, or not turned out differently, but I wish things happened differently in certain situations? Yes, absolutely. But I wouldn't change any of it.
Right.
Because if one single millisecond had been different, I would not be where I am today or who I am today. And that, I mean, that says it in and of itself. Like, it was hard work, and it was terrifying, and it was so worth it. Like, it was just so worth it, because now I can see, and I can be on a podcast with one of my best friends, and I can, you know, talk about how much I love this industry. I do. But I see so much broken in it, and it's a big task. Like, when Ashlee told me that she was gonna heal the industry, I was like, you sure? Like, maybe like Frisco. Like, can we start there? You know? But really, I mean, she's got this vision, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. Like, to even be like sitting here today and talking about like what can we do? And I feel like so many times it's like, oh well, heal the industry, like that's a lot of people. But it's like, it's not about it being so big, it's about what can I do to make it better. And that is genuine. Like, I ask myself that question over and over again every single day. How can I make this better? Whether it's me that's benefiting from it at the end of the day, or someone else that's benefiting from it at the end of the day, I want to be better. I'm never going to be done growing. I'm never going to stop learning. I want to continue to improve in all areas of my life. I want to improve in the salon. Like, there will be days that I genuinely will go and apologize, and they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I just know that I wasn't like 100% where I should have been. And they're like, you answered my question. Like, I can take off that day. And I'm like, I know, but like, I just want you to know, like, I heard where you're coming from, you know? And so it's just so honestly fulfilling. And if I can make the impact with, you know, my 14 chair space and like really show them, whether they're with me or they move on, my goal and my hope is that they continue that and they continue to be a positive place in this industry, and that's how it's going to spread. So I 1000% believe that you can heal this industry just by having these conversations, because it is necessary, and they can be fun, and they can be hard, and they can be emotional.
Yes, definitely.
But you gotta start. You just gotta start. That's the biggest thing.
Well, and that's like how we started this podcast, like with mindset. It like, for the longest time with saying heal the industry, I've always said to you, I was like, it makes me sweat. It's a bold statement to say, but it's doable, and all it takes is just making one decision every single day to leave the space and make impact, doing things with integrity.
Yes.
Doing right by people, helping people win, having hard conversations if necessary to move them closer to truth.
Yes.
Because the truth shall set you free.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
But it's if we can get everybody in the industry to just get on board with leading from a place of goodness, of wanting people to shine their light, to make impact, to set healthy boundaries, to build careers that people can actually retire from and not be broken and need to recover from. Like, that is what will change.
Absolutely.
You know?
You were with me when we were in Nashville, and I got a tattoo on the back of my arm, and a tattoo artist looked at me and he was like, why do you want it there? Like, you can't even see it. And I said, because when I'm driving in my car and my daughters or my kids are in my backseat, kids one day, daughter right now, when she's looking and she's in the backseat and I have my arm up on the center console, I want her to see it, and it says, be the good. And that is, I cannot stress that enough. Be the good. Be the good in the world, because there is so much bad out there. Like, if you wake up every single day and you say, you know what, I'm going to do one good thing today. It will start to get easier, and it compounds. Like, motivation. You can't go to the store, you can't go to Target and be like, what aisle is motivation on? It doesn't happen like that, okay? But it starts by building momentum, and that is one foot in front of the other, and some days that is the hardest part of it. But be the good in the world, and that is how you're going to heal the industry. Like, it's just one intentional decision to do the good thing.
Yes. To leave people better.
Literally.
Like, as you found them. Not causing stress, not causing anxiety, not being the root of that just gut aching pain, like, of just doing the wrong thing, right? And like inflicting stress on people's life. Like, don't do that. Be good.
Yes.
Make a difference. Help people.
It makes me think of this one lesson from my childhood, was that you should always leave a space better than when you found it. So like, if you go to your grandparents' house and, you know, they take you shopping or whatever, and then you go to leave, and then like, you should have the bed made, like exactly how the room was when you got there. Like, it needs to be better than that. And it's so funny, because it was like, when I was a kid, I was so rebellious against this idea. It's like, oh, you know, she said she didn't care. Like, it's no big deal. She's got to wash the bedding anyways, or whatever it is, you know. Or like, you never take the last, like if you're at a potluck or a family lunch or whatever, you never take the last slice of pizza. Yeah. Right? Like, you leave it better. Like, you do these things, and like, as children, we were like, whatever, my parents, like, they don't even make any sense. Like, it's a piece of pizza. Like, what does it matter? And now I'm like, as an adult, and I'm like, dang it, they were on to something, and I should have probably listened a little bit more. But it's just about being better. And that's one of my friends, we do the word of the year, like I said, and her word was better. And I was like, that's just so random. Like, you know, like there's all these like courageous or amplify or impact or, you know, simplify was my word. And she was like, better. And I was like, but she said it and she goes, I want to be better every day than I was the day before. And I was like, wow, that's so deep, and I just totally missed it. Like, that's great, you know. But it's important, and that's how you break it. That's if I was waving my magic wand and I said I want to fix one thing, and I don't even know that it's fix it. It's just it's broken, and we just need to we need to kind of put it back together a little bit. But it would be to break that mindset, and you do that by putting one foot in the other and making a decision to do something better or be the good today.
What better way to end the podcast? That's perfect. Just be better and be the good, okay? Be the change you want to see in the industry, okay? Like point blank, period.
Absolutely.
Well, this was so much fun and a long time coming.
Absolutely.
So I'm so thankful and grateful to have you on the podcast today. I can't wait to have her back. This is not the last time, so stay tuned. But thank you so much, Layne. I love you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.